Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. Quick throw here by Allen, complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You look at this Raiders defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Bills at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run for the first time with James Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points. And if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
From the 41, here's 2nd down at 7. Allen now looks to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
He's got his target. That's complete. He's got room at the 30. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL. That's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of it.
So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Again, it's Cook. And once again, this defense very stout. They stop it for no gain for the 2nd straight play. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Jacobs to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
Loose inside the 30. Jalen Waddle. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Jalen Waddle halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Raiders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Allen. And he fires one incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
You look at this Raiders defense.
They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
They held them to just 7 points, and in reviewing the game tape, I'm wondering how they got to 7. I actually wrote a note to myself. How did they even score? The way they were playing, absolutely dominating on their side of the ball.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Off play action. Weaver. His throw is going to be incomplete.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, there are blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about...
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Second and goal from the 1. It's a quarterback sneak. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. 7-7, our score after 1. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they'll see what they can do on third and goal.
Players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on fourth and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. Left side caught by Diggs. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Max Crosby, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Josh Jacobs, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Josh Allen, he says that he wants to continue to perfect executing the run-pass option. Looked pretty good there.
And he's put in the minds of all people trying to defend him that his legs create big plays. So guess who benefits?
His running back.
You no doubt about it, and we just saw it there.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Bill 7. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on first down is Allen. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Allen. And Diggs has it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back, who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Weaver. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
When they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
To throw on 3rd down. Weaver. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Weaver. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they're going to have a first down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Weaver. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Weaver. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake.
Weaver. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Still on his feet. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jalen Waddle.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Raiders 31, Bills 7. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This is 2nd and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Dumps this one off to Algier.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And a loose football. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And not quite sure what just happened there, other than we do know that he spiked the football on first down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Cook following the penalty. He will push his way down to about the 14. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Allen now on 3rd and goal. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Allen going to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take over at their 36-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well. He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 65 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Allen to throw it. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
It's complete to Diggs. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Allen taking it himself. Yeah, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a 1st down.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the 1st down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right? Why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap, just fall down and pick it up. They got it there. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The Bills on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Allen. And now here's another interception. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Inside the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Bulldozes past him. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5. To the air, Allen. And complete, right side to Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
One final try here for Allen. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Hard running at the 15. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 101 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, and this is a 1st down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Jacobs. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4.